Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to come on for a moment. I had just looked at a video by a content creator by the name of Kenry Wilkerson, also known as OG Sane on YouTube, and he had been posed a question about what is intimacy, and I guess how it relates to relationships, and I listened to what he had to say, and I had developed some further thoughts of my own. Now, he had made the point from his perspective that intimacy is pretty much synonymous with love. Now, in my mind, that sounded logical and reasonable, but it just seemed as if there was something that was missing from the context of that. So, like, whenever you're at least from my educated perspective, from my course of academics, whenever there's something that you have a question about, whether it's a concept, basically a word, the first thing that you do is that you take that word and you look for the definition of the conventional definition of it, because you have the denotation of a word, which is the actual defined meaning of a word, and you have the connotation of a word, which is actually what the word, it's similar to the definition, but it's what that word means to you as an individual or as a group. What it may mean. It may not be synonymous with the definition, but it's what the word means to you. So I looked at the word intimacy. And intimacy is close familiarity or friendship, closeness. And they use the example, the intimacy between a husband and a wife. There's another definition that says a private or cozy atmosphere. And then the euphemism, I guess this means, I guess in the terms of the usage of the word, an intimate act, especially sexual intercourse. Now, going from the definition of the definition where it says being in close proximity of, I work with the people I work with. I'm in very close proximity with them, and by definition, it may say that we work in an intimate environment. An environment where you have to commingle with people in an arena that is close. Now, I have fellow employees whom I admire. But when the point was being made, is intimacy. He made the point that intimacy is pretty much synonymous with love. Now, I would go as far as to say that intimacy is not exact. Love encompasses more. Love, pretty much. Let put it like this. In my mind and in my eyes, intimacy is a concept. Is a part of love, but it is not over encompassed love. We'll go to the euphemism part where it said an intimate act, for example, intercourse. Now, it's logically reasonable. I mean, now you don't even have to logically reason it. And maybe in some of our own personal lives, and maybe just from observation, we know that every person that has sex is not necessarily in love with each other, even though they may commit an intimate act. But however, when you think about love, even in love, you may not be in an intimate situation. Let's say I love my mother dearly, I love my sisters dearly, but I live in a city hundreds and hundreds of miles away from them. So even in that love, there's that love there, but at the present time, there's not that intimacy there. You also could take the perspective that in the over the course of building love, you also must find a way to be intimate with the person in which you're with, that intimacy, that once that intimacy is in a position to where you're comfortable, or where you feel accommodating to that person that you're closely around, then I guess via the course of discussions and showing sacrifice, showing adoration, showing generosity, showing selflessness, as well as the intimacy. So it's like, well, you can say, you can say that intimacy is love, but intimacy does not totally encompass love. So I just really wanted to come on and take a crack at that. While it was on my mind, and I figured that since I have this platform here, I could come on and share with you folks. I see someone has commented. Oh, Dr. O's in here. Wow, that's great. Hi, Dr. O. Let's see. You say it is. Oh, wow. What'd I do? I did something wrong. It is vulnerability. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. Let's see here. There's more. Intimacy is about being open, honest, without barrier or fear. Without barrier or fear. That's good. That's good. But I don't know why all of a sudden I want to think, well, can you be in an intimate place? Can you be close to someone and have some form of, because you look at it like this. There may be an abused woman who may think that she loves the person that she's with. But, she also fears that person that she is with. So, and that goes back to the fact that, that goes to the point of saying, well, you can love someone and you can be intimate with someone, but the person that is abusing that person, they may have some type of particular opinion or a belief that they actually love that person. But in my mind and from my perspective, where there is love, there should be no fear. There should be no fear that person that you love is going to depart from you from when in time of need, and when in time of and when in time there's a need or a desire for intimacy. So with that being said, I must adjourn, because I have my duty calls. I have to attend my employment. So I hope that that you guys get something from this. Hopefully it may get, even if it's just a thought or a point to ponder. Intimacy. Is intimacy love? Is intimacy synonymous? When you talk about intimacy, okay, if someone says, well, I'm intimate with that person, I've been intimate with that person, does that mean, is it comparative to like saying, well, I love that person? Sister Fowler's here. General concern, comfortable silence, encouragement, affection, being able to be myself 100%. The regular stuff. Yeah. That's intimacy. That's intimacy. But you got some people that could weasel their way in that position, and they may not even love you. You just may be that person they can be around and do all that stuff with. But that's just me being devil's advocate. I like that. But I got to go, y'all. I appreciate y'all for chiming through. And if you like this content, share it. If you think your friends might like this content, get them to add on the page. You click like on The Real Beauty of Black Relationships. And, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace and love, y'all. Y'all have a great afternoon.